The most important component of bodybuilding really is the posing, because the whole point of the show is for you to go on stage, hit those poses, have fun, and based on the posing, you will be placed accordingly. At the end of the show, you can ask the judges for their feedback. Usually they'll send an email, and you can respond to that with either a picture or given on stage. They'll give you directions of what to do. They usually email you after the show the number that you're given. Competitors there, you may be in a different class. Like, say for example, there are a lot of competitors, then they start to break up your class by ABC or category system they have based on the federation. If you do well, you may get a pro card based on the amount of competitors there. They have different divisions. Say for example, like novice would be first time, but I know that in different federations they have different meanings. But I believe that novice in OCB is first timers. You have to do the reading. You have to go on the federation website and read the details there, because then they have open class, which means everyone, first timers, old timers, are on stage together, and they critique you from that. And usually if you win overall, then you can get your pro card. The pro card is you're a professional bodybuilder now. You get to compete in pro shows, so pros with other pros only versus amateurs and novices, right? And none of this is guaranteed, right? And every time you compete, you don't know what you're gonna get, because they may say, oh, come in leaner, come in tighter, this body part is too overpowering, you need to tone down the training or whatnot. So you can make that change, and then the next time you go to compete, they say something else. So they say it's a subjective kind of sport, because your critique is based on what the judges say, and is based on the judges that are present at the time. It is of some value to hire a coach that can help you to meet that goal of winning, if that's your goal. But overall, if your goal isn't to win, competing can be a fun, expensive hobby. For some people it's not expensive. They just use the same suit, they learn what they were taught, and they just do it over again. Your body changes, so your body may respond differently to the training that you had before, and then you have to mix it up. The body does do that. You can become stagnant in your training. You may meet a plateau, and then you have to switch things up, right? Yeah, your body responds differently to foods and whatnot. You may become gluten intolerant or lactose intolerant, and have like certain sensitivities the older you get, especially as women. Fitness is trial and error. What works this year may not work next year, so you have to pay attention to that, especially if you're going to learn your own body and eventually start self-coaching. The real growth happens off season if you decide to take it more seriously. I know a lot of people after their first competition, they're like, oh, I love this, I want to do this seriously, and then they end up becoming coaches, right? So the real growth happens when you're not in season, because that's when you put on the real good muscle, and then you can perfect your exercises and perfect your diet, right? You can see what works for you, and you know when you start your prep, this is gonna work for me. And with posing, you want to start early. You can never practice enough posing. Based on the division that you want to be a part of, that off-season training can determine your look. Going up to the years, you don't have to worry about that, because even if you drop, you got the muscle under there. But that type of quality muscle isn't built in 6 months. It's not built in 20 weeks. It takes time. It takes years. That's so you can see how your body transitions when you've been working out for 1 year versus 3 years versus 5 years versus 10 years versus 20 years. You can see the person who's been real serious in the gym. Can you do this at home? Can you work out at home? You can, because some people have home gyms, right? Some people train differently. You may have like a fully functional workout plan where it's not just weight training. You like to sprint and do all that kind of stuff, calisthenics and plyometrics and things like that. You can do that. Your muscle will kind of look differently. Actually, you have like really nice leaner muscle when you do fully functional training like that. I think I covered everything for my final thoughts. Bodybuilding is not just rewarding. It is very demanding. It requires discipline. It's something that you can grow to love. It's something that you can grow to despise. And your experience, if you do end up getting a coach, the way you experience this, it can either make or break you. It doesn't have to be a negative experience. A lot of people, their first time doing their show, they say, I'll never do this again. My hormones is messed up. So you just have to do the research, okay? Don't let anyone influence you into doing something you don't want to do. It's okay if you end up not liking this. Just remember that as a normal person, you need to be performing physical activity anyway, okay? Because we have to stay healthy and we have to stay physical so that we can live longer and live healthier lives. So I hope I provided some pointers that can help you in your journey to your first bodybuilding competition. And look out for more. I'll probably have a more structured video about this with the visuals that you people like on YouTube or not. Anyway, bye. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Tia Anna. And my page is Intentional Tia. You can follow me on all platforms. Thanks. Bye.